gosh, look at all these tools. Man, let's look at these. Oh, these wrenches. Must have been the kids with the wrenches. Well, what are you gonna use all these tools for? Well, that's a good question you might ask. And a note to remind myself what we're gonna be talking about. How are you not gonna be able to work on your own vehicle that you paid for? What? Let's have a talk, come on. All right, everybody, thanks for coming back and checking us out. Relish within the silence. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. If you haven't already heard in the news, I should say just Ford and GM so far are following suit and are talking about the right to repair and what that means for the owner of your vehicle that you've already paid for. You're not going to be able to work on your own truck? How is that even fathomable? Here is a perfect specimen, a 1983 F-150, which I might say has 8,900 miles on it. Yes, that is original paint for the 900th time. What do you want to do? What do you want to take apart? What do you want to work on? This is the only computer, except for maybe one other little thing. I can't remember if this has a TFI module. Oh, actually it's got a before TFI module. So those are the only electrical components at Old Timer. Look at him, bless his heart. Back in the day, you guys could work on your vehicle. And look, they specifically gave you a vacuum diagram and told you fast, idle, disconnect, and plug, EGR, and purge, fast, idle, screw, kick down, step. They knew that the owners of the vehicles were actually going to work on them. And it kind of aggravates or kind of gets under my skin that Jim Farley and Bozo Barra think that they're going to indoctrinate this way of ownership for people who are buying your vehicles. I can't get behind that whatsoever. Fast forward to the 21st century. And now you have a vehicle that has multiple computers, multiple electronics, and this vehicle doesn't have any of these markings except for this. Maybe watch your hand, and if you need something, read the owner's manual. Is that really all we need for the new trucks? Let's go back to that again. They knew we were going to be working on our vehicles. So now that brings us to the question, how are you going to work on something this new? You're going to need a computer, you're going to need to know the Napa know-how, and you're going to have some patience, myself included. These are a learning experience, and just when you think you have them conquered, they throw a wrench in the mix. I constantly help you all, whether it's through the videos, through emails, through the other forms of social media. You guys wind up getting a hold of me and want to know my 2 cents. They want to know my thoughts. How am I going to fix this? What do you think? What happens if? A lot of ifs. And for you all to not have an avenue to now go back to the dealership because we can't have the owners fix those cars. I'm paraphrasing what Jim Farley said. He should have been on SNL with his cousin because this is some Joker stuff that he's doing. And he wonders why and talks and and this and I can't understand why I can't have any technicians in my team. You know the reason why you can't keep technicians, but you won't fix it. You're more interested in lining your pockets, really. You and all the people down there at One American Road, well, the new address I don't know, but you would rather have your pockets lined than ensure that everybody could work on their own vehicle. I'll tell you what, Mr. Jim and all your high executives, let this sink in. How about You guys make a freaking truck, make a Ford vehicle. I don't care what Henry Ford did. I don't care what Edsel Ford did. I don't care what Henry Ford Jr. did. We're talking about right now. If you had the choice to build a vehicle and know that you're not going to get a warranty because you can fix it however, whenever you want, how much would the cost of vehicles go down if we had an option to buy one without a warranty and buy one with a warranty? I personally hear nonstop that you all that go to the dealer, if you just watched a couple weeks ago video, I illustrated the visit that this customer had and how poor it was. How about you build me a truck and charge me for the truck and not for the extra plus, because it's gonna wind up being a complete waste of money. Now I want you guys to come down to the comment section right now and tell me how you feel about the right to repair. If you remember, I wanted to say, was it 5 years? I haven't looked any of this info up. 5 years, maybe. The same thing was happening with John Deere. These fellas that are feeding us, middle America, growing our crops. What do you think they're using, a wheelbarrow and a freaking hoe and pick? No. They're using combines, huge $1 million pieces of equipment, not millions, but maybe hundreds of thousands. If you have 2, 3 pieces of equipment, yes, millions of dollars. And you mean to tell me that they can't fix their own pieces of machinery? They gotta pay $400, $500, $600, $700 for a transport company to come get it from their field because it broke down doing a regen and is stuck in reduced power. And then the downtime, and then you have to pay for them to come take it from the dealership back to your field, back to the crop, back to your farm. I don't know if this is gonna go through, but I think a lot is gonna be on us, because if this is how it's going to follow, you guys aren't buying these things anymore. You guys are just gonna fix them and use them how you want. Who's gonna go to the dealer? There's not gonna be anybody to go to the dealer. There's not gonna be any technicians to work on your brand new cars. Who's gonna go to the dealer? Because everybody's fixing it themselves. Is this really how we want this to go? Can't we just go back to this? I like this. I want this. I love this. This is my life. I am an automotive anthropologist. I am the link between the machine and the operator. What do you guys want to do? We're here to learn. We're here to teach. I want you guys to be educated and smart when you spend your money. But don't tell me I can't work on my own truck. That's a crock of shit. I've bought and paid for this, and you're gonna tell me I gotta go back to the dealer? No way. How does that make you guys feel? We just had a customer bring in a 2025 Platinum Plus antimatter blue, said he paid, I looked at the paper, it was way too many numbers on it, paid $1.25 for this thing. DCR pusher, banks, double fleece, fuel tank. What else did we do? I can't remember. I think that was it. But imagine buying that truck and you not being able to figure out why you have a 207F or a 20EE. Better yet, they're gonna make the trucks not talk to your scan tool, but it's only gonna talk to the Ford scan tool. Watch, I bet that's gonna come. Now, all you guys who want to repair your truck are gonna have to download the Ford software. You're gonna have to have the VCM communication module. Let it be known, if you guys are in an instance where you need to figure out and diagnose what you have going on with this, check out forscan.org, F-O-R scan.org. Go to their products tab and download their free version for Windows. It is a scan tool just for Ford vehicles that will help you fix your truck. It can't do a lot of programming, but when you get these after treatment faults or these turbo faults or the videos in which you see me diagnose, you'll be able to use Forscan too. There should not be a reason why you can't fix your truck, just like we did back in the 80s, back in the 90s. Why this is bought and paid for. Why can't I fix my truck? Why can't I fix my truck? I'm not going back to the dealer, and either should you. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. If you guys want to come into the Wixom area, the Detroit metropolitan area, and get your old timer fix or your new timer, because they're my favorite, let me know. Drop a line, 947-900-1115. Check out powerstroke.trucktech@gmail.com and book your appointment so that we can get you out of the dealer, get you on the right path for successful, happy ownership. I appreciate you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and thank you for visiting the new shop. I'll see you guys later.